I'd like to begin tonight's meeting by welcoming our new board members. My name is Robin Dixon, and I am the pre-K through fifth grade English Language Arts and Social Studies District Consulting Teacher. And my job tonight is to share with you the food and nutrition services operations in the Topeka Public Schools. Let's begin by looking at the mission and goals of the Food Service Department. Their first goal is to provide nutritious meals to each and every student within the district. They also want to create a safe and nurturing environment where students can enjoy a meal and talk with friends. And finally, the goal is to support students in their academic success through providing those nutritious meals that will help fuel students for a day of learning. Again, as stated earlier, our district provides meals to each student pre-K through 12th grade who attend school in a variety of settings. And as you'll see in just a moment, this includes preschools, elementary buildings, middle schools, high schools, and much more. In the district, there are 3 base kitchens that are responsible for preparing meals and then delivering those meals to schools that do not have kitchens to prepare meals. There are approximately 130 staff members within the Nutrition Services Department. These jobs range from food service workers, kitchen managers, delivery drivers, and much more. It takes many pieces working together to cook the meals, deliver those to schools, and also deliver those to students. As stated earlier, we serve many locations in the district. We serve 14 grade schools, 6 middle schools, 3 high schools, 4 alternative education buildings, as well as 8 private schools and 2 preschool buildings. So as you can see, our district provides meals for many, many, many students throughout the community on a daily basis. As students are choosing their meals for the day at school, elementary students may choose between a hot lunch and a peanut butter and jelly option. As students progress to middle school, student choices increase, and middle schoolers can choose between 2 hot lunches, a peanut butter and jelly option, or salad bar. And finally, at high school, our oldest learners have 8 options. These include the options above, in addition to a sandwich bar and a baked potato bar. Though the district and our food service department work very hard to ensure choices that our students will actually like and will enjoy so that they are properly fueled for learning. It's important to note that our food and nutrition department is a self-funded and self-run department. What that means is they do not receive state aid for the running of the food and nutrition department. And so think about, as you're exploring the budget and you're exploring capital outlay expenditures, please note that the food service department funds their own equipment purchases. It does not come out of capital outlay. So for examples, if the food service department needs to purchase new refrigerators or freezers or spatulas and those kinds of purchases, it comes out of their own funds. They do not receive state funding for those purchases. And notice that in a month, a full month of school with 21 or 22 school days, it costs $900,000 to provide meals for over 14,000 students. And when you think about that, it does take a lot of money to feed all of our students. And the food service department does an excellent job being dedicated and ensuring the best quality food for the best cost. As we explore some of the highlights of food services, the data that you will see comes from 21-22, but please know that the 22-23 data looks very comparable to this. There were over 660,000 breakfasts provided to students, in addition to almost 1.5 million school lunches. That's a staggering number. And again, our food service department does an amazing job delivering those meals and ensuring that each and every student will be provided breakfast and lunch each and every school day. During the same school year, the district purchased over 2 million cartons of milk and over 700,000 cartons of juice. We have some thirsty students, and this helps keep them hydrated. And finally, we have 11 out of 14 of our grade schools that participate in the fresh fruit and vegetable program. What this means is that those buildings are provided with snacks consisting of fruits and vegetables. For example, they may have oranges or apples or vegetables such as broccoli and cauliflower. So really ensuring that our students have high quality fruits and vegetables for snacks. As you're probably aware of, as you've heard in the media outlets, that we had an amazing thing happen this year in the Topeka Public Schools. Through the hard work and efforts of Ms. Wilbur and the entire department, for the next 4 years, students will receive free lunch and breakfast. And the work that it took for this to happen is extraordinary. Ms. Wilbur and her coworkers went through stacks and stacks of paperwork and paper chased to make sure that all of our students were accounted for, and those that qualified were actually receiving meals. For example, Medicaid free only students receive free lunch. Our homeless and our foster students receive free lunch as well. When parents request for free and reduced lunch, there's paperwork they fill out, and sometimes on that paperwork, they may only list one of their students at an elementary building, but perhaps not list student in middle school, for example. So Ms. Wilbur and her department went through, tightened up all those loose ends, and thanks to their many hours of dedication and work, this is an amazing opportunity for our students and our families for the next 4 years, and it will provide such economic and financial relief for our families. Not only does Topeka Public Schools provide meals during the school year and during the school day, but they also provide meals to students on non-school days. For example, this year, our food service department will be deploying meals to 30 summer meal sites. So this means that families and students will have the opportunity to obtain lunch and breakfast for students who are ages 18 and under. And these are located systematically throughout the district and community so that we are reaching all families. The food service department also works with the 3rd annual Spike event. And this event is taking place this year on June 23rd at the zoo. And the first 300 students through the Mission Gate will get free admission. In addition, between the hours of 10:30 and 12:30, all students and children 18 and under will receive a free lunch that day. So this is an amazing opportunity for the community. The district also partners with United Way, the Kansas Department of Education, and the Topeka Shawnee County Library to set up meal sites as well. And this year, they will also be reaching out to local church communities through Vacation Bible Schools and providing meal sites in those locations. For example, Topeka Bible Church and Fellowship Bible Church will be meal sites this year. And when you think about this, those are our larger churches in the community, and they may reach over 500 students a day through Vacation Bible School and provide them with lunch each day. So not only is our district dedicated to our students, but it's also dedicated to our larger community. As I was preparing for this presentation, I talked with some of the people in the department just downstairs, and I asked them, what do you want the board members to know, our new board members, about what food service does and is in Topeka Public Schools? And the quotes that you're going to see are the items that they want you as new board members to know. First of all, they want you to know that lunch is vital to student learning. When they're providing lunch, they are providing fuel and energy to help students learn throughout the entire school day. In addition, they want you to know that no student will be denied a meal. Schools offer meals for students as they come in late during the morning or maybe arrive late from an appointment, those kinds of things. So each and every student will always get a meal, no matter if the financial obligation to pay or not. And again, next year, this is exciting because finances will not be an impediment to meal services and providing meals to students. They also want you to know that lunch is their favorite meal of the day. They also want you to know that for students, lunch is their favorite class of the day. Students look forward to lunch. They look forward to having time to talk with their peers and have that downtime during the day. So they want you to know that lunch really is the favorite class. In addition, food service wants you to know that they build strong relationships with students. And with this, they want you to know that they know all kids. They have a unique position in that they touch each student during the day. So if we take Dardine, our largest elementary building, they interact with 750 students on a daily basis. So that gives them a really unique perspective to understand students. So sometimes they might notice if a student's having a hard day or seems to not be him or herself. So our food service wants you to know that they work really hard to build strong relationships with students throughout the entire school building. And so as we come to the end of this presentation, you will see on the screen several people to contact with questions that you have about food service operations. My presentation today was a brief overview of the highlights of food service operations in the district, and the people on the screen can answer any questions that you may have that weren't covered in this presentation. So again, I'd like to thank you for this time to share with the new board members, as well as the whole board, about our food service and nutrition operations in the Topeka Public Schools.